Hello. This is Dirty Trucking. At a truck stop they built here in, I believe this is Roseville, East Point. I forgot, but it's called Yuma Truck Stop. Pretty nice truck stop. What I want to talk about is people that goes around deliberately doing shit to affect your employment. I've noticed after I talked to a certain high school classmate of mine, the issues I started having here with dealing with this Uber. Now, I don't want to put two and two together and come up with four, but we were mentioning something about my diamond status. I'm a diamond driver. And I come out here today after, first let me tell you, I survived the investigation. The allegations turned out to be false. Whoever the individual was lied. And at this point, I am seeking, I've sent over 2 legal documents to request the comments that were made and the comment that I was told was made on January 14th that led to my deactivation of my account. So I've sent over 2 legal documents requesting that under the Bulletproof Wiki Act, requesting my employment file. Same thing I did with Warren Truck Plant when I got my file. So, but they disregarded it at Warren Truck Plant during the time I actually had an attorney. And she said she was going to get them on that, but I never kept her as an attorney. But what I've noticed here, somebody called themselves playing with my diamond status. I provide an excellent service here. And today I just came back out. Now, my diamond status has went from 4.93 to, it was holding at 4.85 during this incident. I was not doing anything for 6 days because my account was under investigation. They never told me why. All I know is my account got deactivated and it was under investigation. Said it was for a safety related issue reported by a rider. So it took them, now that happened this past Saturday. Today is Saturday. It took them till Friday to finally get in touch with me. They claimed they tried to get in touch with me Thursday, but sent me on a charade. And then finally someone contacted me Friday and notified me of what was said. And what was said was so heinous that they need to provide me my personnel file here. Because I've been in contact with them. I've messaged them to see what other actions are they going to take against this individual, because that individual's allegations turns out to be false. And I didn't understand what happened here. I like, why would somebody say that? They were asking me, do you remember about anything that happened on January 14th? No, I don't remember anything that happened on January 14th. But now they're affecting my 5-star rating. Now, it just dropped to 4.84 today. I haven't done anything. I'm not saying anything to these people. The car is clean. But somebody is trying to drop my diamond status. And I noticed after I talked to this particular high school classmate, who seems to be, because she works at Warren Truck. And now, I don't want to say she's involved with it. I just want to say she's just, being a friend. But, I don't know the stuff that happens after our conversation. But that's what these people do. They try to make it look like it's a conversation I'm having with somebody I know when it's them doing the shit. But it's a coincidence that we got to talking today. And I mentioned I was a diamond driver. And she couldn't understand why they had deactivated my account either. I said, yeah, I'm a diamond driver. I've been a diamond driver for months. She said, stop right there. So all of a sudden, my diamond driver status has been 4.85 all day today to a minute ago. I just checked it now. It's 4.84. They're deliberately dropping my 5-star rating. They're doing it deliberately. So legal action may have to take place. It needs to take place because of that writer. Because of what that writer said, this writer must be from Chrysler or looked up my lawsuit and thought that you were going to come here, get in this car, and make false allegations, and thought I had really done what Warren Truck Plant accused me of, and thought you were going to get a lawsuit here with Uber about somebody doing something to you, and I hadn't done a damn thing. But what puzzled me is why they took to the 14th. Now, I got a deactivation warning back in, I want to say it was January. I don't know when. But I didn't know it was because of that. They just send you that. And it just stayed on the account for about 3 days, and then it wasn't there no more. Then all of a sudden on February 3rd, the account actually got deactivated. So, but their policy is to deactivate the account and do an investigation. But then it didn't include telling the driver what they had done. You got to wait till they finish investigating to find out what they had done. So on Friday, it was revealed to me what the writer had said. And because of what the writer had said and the allegations, they need to provide me my personnel file because I need to have the name of the individual. I went down to the Detroit Police Department because you made false accusations. I can actually file a police report against that. The officer asked did I know the name of the individual. I did not have the name at the time. I am at the process right now trying to get the name and seek if they are resident of the city of Detroit or whatever they resident where they reside at. Whatever law enforcement does to people who does that, I'm moving forward with that. So right now I'm in the process of trying to get the name of the writer who said what they said. Because the shit was crazy what they said. But now I notice they're trying to affect my diamond status. My rating is dropping. And it's for no reason. So the riders that got in the car today are deliberately going on my site and giving me low ratings. Or maybe have left a bad review. Because I think the star rating drops if you got a bad review. So I don't know who would have got in this car and did a bad review today, because don't get your ass in my motherfucking car. Because right now, this has become a legal matter. And any and all bad reviews, when I get my personnel file, will be read. So that's a warning to you. These passengers get in these ride shares and complain about nothing. I had a young lady get in here talking about she had complained, but she did have the car she was riding in sounded like it did have a real safety issue for her to complain. But I'm just listening to her talk to her friend on the phone about how she would get in the car and complain about on the rideshare driver. Uber needs to identify these people that are complaining so they don't get picked up anymore. You leave a bad review that is false, or you leave a bad review because you are spiteful, you don't need to get picked up anymore. You need to find your own mode of transportation, be a bus, get your friend to take you to work, call a taxi. Because don't no rideshare driver want you getting in their car, deliberately leaving bad reviews that's affecting their status. Then they end up deactivated because of something the writer said in a review or report. Those individuals that's doing that, you do not need to have your ass in a ride share. You get in here, first of all, let me remind you, these vehicles you getting in are not your car. You get in these cars and make demands, want the driver, and I'm finna put it out there. So all the rideshare companies know what these passengers are doing. They are asking while they on a current trip, going to their destination, for the driver, can you stop at the gas station for me? Can you stop at the stove? But they're not putting it in as a stop so the rider can get paid for doing it. So I was doing it as a courtesy. That's been cut out now since my account they started complaining, and now my account got deactivated. But it was cut out before my account got deactivated. I stopped all that. I had a young man, the one that stopped it was the young man that got me to pick him up. And I heard him back there, placed a food order, And the Coney Island was on the route to his home. Asked me to pull in there. I said, it's not a stop. Your stop is this last destination. Oh, she must have forgot to put it in. He wasn't the one to request a ride. And I informed Uber of this. There's a lot of riders getting in Uber rides that are not the original person that requested the ride. There's somebody else with a phone requesting the ride for these individuals, and they're not putting these individual names on the account that they're going to be a passenger. They're not the original rider. And then when they approach the car, you may be sitting in the car and see a female's name, but it's a guy at the door. Then I'm sitting there saying, what, Shaniqua? No, she the one placed the ride. So this individual that placed the ride is also the one leaving the ratings and the comments, not the individual in the car. And it's setting the driver up to lose their status. I'm a diamond driver, and I'm going to stay a diamond driver because I provide an excellent service. You get in a clean ride. You got pleasant music. Now, one of them getting in this car has any reason to complain. Uber is aware of what you've been doing. They found out what you've been doing. Also, let me put it out there. So both Uber and Lyft, they're both rideshare companies. In case you're not hip to this, let me tell you the scam they are running through rideshare. They get in your cars. You complete the ride. Then they write a complaint to Uber, trying to make it look like they had a bad ride so Uber can refund them. Or Lyft, and I don't know if it's happening at Lyft, but I know it's happening here. So they can get a refund. That's their little scam to get their money back. They'll write a bad report, and Uber will see it. Or sorry, you had a bad experience. We're going to refund your money. That's the scam they run and getting in these cars. But the problem I've been having with are younger riders. These riders get in the car between the age of 18 and 25. They're in the 20s. They're young. When the complaint started, which I notified Uber, when the complaint started, it's after I came back off my cruise. When I came back off my cruise, I don't know, it was like somebody was jealous or something. I don't know. But it started right after I came back off the cruise. Around December, I started getting complaints sent to me through my app saying I was speeding. Speeding? I don't speed. What are you talking about, speed? I don't speed. I watch other cars speed. I'm trying to keep from getting hit driving the speed limit. So it started with speeding. Then they were sending something. I think I saw one saying about the driver made you feel uncomfortable. How a driver made you feel uncomfortable? You in the motherfucking back seat. How did the driver make you feel uncomfortable? If you were that uncomfortable, why didn't you end your ride and get out and tell the driver, I'm going to request another ride? Then I got a message from Uber that I had done something. It was a speeding message. And I was at home that day, hadn't even drove the car. That was off. But they claim it could have came from a previous day. So, okay, maybe. But I don't speed. So it started with the speeding. And at the time those messages started, it was younger riders from between the age of 18 and I want to say 25. They're young as hell, leaving these goddamn reports. And they get in this car. I see them watching me out the corner of my eye. I've had them get in this car acting like they know me. Don't I know you? Don't you know my sister? No, I don't know anybody. I don't know you. I'm 53. I ain't in my 20s, bitch. But they get in this car and they make these frivolous complaints to where it affected my status. My account got deactivated because of what that damn driver said. Now, I'm assuming this was a man that made this complaint, because if it was a female, oh my God, I most definitely will be pursuing a court case against your ass. And this is all falls back on Warren Trump. See, let me tell you what these people have been doing. And I don't want to make this video too long. They have been looking for ways to get money, to sue through the ride shares. And I peeped it when I was driving, because they get in here and they too stupid. They run their mouth that you hear what's going on. And I peeped it. A couple got in here one day and they joking around, talking about, we gonna sue you. I hadn't done nothing. They was getting out at the bar over there by Wayne State in Detroit. We gonna sue you. I got hurt getting out the car. They joking around playing back there. But see, that ain't shit to play with, because I retain that in my memory. And if I ever see you again, I'm going to think about picking your ass up. Because if I pull up and see it's you a questionable passenger. You won't get picked up by me. You're going to need to request another goddamn ride. That's how they go with me. People that joke like that. But they were actually joking. But during the time, let me tell you what was going on. This phone was pinging with rides to be picked up at schools. There's a law here, and I don't know if y'all know out there in rideshare world, that you're not supposed to pick up anybody under the age of 18 without an adult in the car, or either they have to be on a teen approved account, which they have here. At Uber, they have a teen approved account, which means the parent has went through the necessary protocols to get that underage teen approved to ride without me having to flag the account and say it was an unaccompanied minor in the car, because it would come across as teen on the app if I pull up to them, but it hasn't been coming across there. So what was happening, parents, and these were the parents doing it, and I know it were, and some of them were the kids. These parents were requesting rides from Uber to go pick up their kid unaccompanied from the schools. Elementary schools, middle schools, and high schools. And I'm saying to myself, all this shit I see on the news about rideshare drivers and assaults and these lawsuits, rideshare drivers getting assaulted and rideshare drivers assaulting passengers. I said, now, why would they be picking up school kids? That was odd. And they were sending it to my phone. So, before I knew about it, prior to knowing about it, I ended up contacting Uber about something. And Uber told me, no, we're not supposed to be, if they're not 18 or over, you're not supposed to pick up school kids. So I informed them, I said, are you aware the parents are requesting these rides to pick up the school kids? So they said, flag the account, and they would get in contact with them, because we can flag your account. Everything you do to us, when you give us a low rating, they don't know. I don't know if the passengers know. On our end, we see the same thing for you. We can leave you a 5-star rating, or we can leave you a 1-star rating. And if you get the same negative ratings that you're trying to do to me, you won't get picked up. And your account may end up probably deactivated, because you're going to look like you're a problematic rider. And Uber has something on their site about these riders that does that. If you're flagged as a rider that they have identified that complain for no reason on drivers, they'll flag you for it. So, back to the picking up the kids. It was the parents doing it. I've also had kids come to this car, get in this car. They had their own account. Picked up a young man, got in his car. I said, are you 18 or over? He said, no, I'm 16. I said, well, you know you can't ride unless you got a 18-year-old or an adult in the car. So he said, but I mean, when I made the account, I put on there, when it asked my age, I put on there I was 16. And it made him an account. You have kids out here that's under the age of 18 with accounts for ride shares and are getting rides. They're under the age of 18. And that's the law here in Michigan. Pretty much everywhere. You're not supposed to be picking up minors in a ride share. So that's prior to me knowing that, because they end up sending me to schools and we picking up these kids. I'm like, why are we picking up these goddamn kids? Until I found out, and then they informed me. That's back when I was real new to doing this Uber stuff. Real new. So, They told me what to do, flag the account, let them know you can't ride. Now, some of them are able to go get an adult to get in the car with them or somebody that's 18. And the rest of them that don't, I have to flag them. You can't ride. But what they'll do is wait till I drive off and flag another ride share and end up come picking them up. So, but the problem is, the ones that get disgruntled. I had a group of 5 attempt to get in this car one day, way out here in Mount Clemens, Macomb County. I picked them up off of Utica Road somewhere over there. It was 3 adults in the back, 1 up here in the passenger seat up by the driver, and then the male was holding a baby in his lap. So they all got in the car. I tell them, sir, you cannot have a baby on your lap. You need to have a car seat. And then the girl behind me cops an attitude, tells me the other drivers. I said, well, I'm not the other drivers. I said, since I know the policy about that, you got to have a car seat. That baby is not walking. It's not elementary age. You can't have the baby strapped in your lap because you can't what if you get in an accident? He's sitting there holding the baby on his lap, and you can't strap the baby in with the seatbelt with you. Now you're going to crush the baby if it was an accident. So she cops an attitude. Now they began to get out the car. The only one that got the attitude was her. He's mentioning, how do I get my money back? Because evidently he paid for the ride. I said, well, it comes back instant after I flag your ride. I couldn't pick you up because you didn't have a car seat and you had a baby. So she gets out. She calls me a bitch. This is what I deal with. And that's the first time I got called that. Picked up, I think I did a video about the school. I think it was Henry Ford High School, I believe it was. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. You have to scroll through my videos and find it. But that was a high school kid. They got in this car. I asked her, when I pulled up to the school, I started messaging the writer. Are you 18 or over? If you're not 18 or older, you cannot ride. They no response. She gets in this car. I said, are you 18? She said, yes. I said, well, let me see your ID. Because if you look questionable, we have the right to ask you for your ID. If you don't have ID to prove that you're 18 or over, you cannot ride. Period. Ain't no copping the attitude. It's get the fuck out the car. Because right now you're doing something illegal. You're not supposed to be in here. And if you get in here lying about your age just to get a ride, you're doing something illegal. So, the girl sat back here. Next thing you know, two other high school boys jump in the car. I don't know if they related to her, they brothers or whatever. So I say again, I said, one of y'all got to be 18 or over for this ride to take place. The boy sitting in the middle, I mean, well, I'm 16. I said, well, if none of y'all 18, you can't ride. He said, come on, let's get out. She not going to do it. The girl sat back there behind me, copped the attitude, and said, this bitch better move this car. This bitch better move. So one of the younger boys said, you better watch your mouth, the one in the middle. So she sat there. They were getting out. She acted like she didn't want to get out. I said, I'll tell you what, if you don't get out of this car, I'm going to call the police. Then the police going to come up to the school, and then you're going to be arrested. And then your parents going to have to go down to the precinct and pick your ass up. But during that process, you stand in front of the school, and all your friends going to see the police come pick your ass up and take you off in the squad car or whatever they going to do to you, or stand out there with you till your parent come. But either way, you getting your ass out this car. So I notified Uber of that. And this is what rideshare drivers deal with. We got passengers getting here deliberately lying. And now you want to affect my 5-star rating. So, okay, 2 can play that game. I can make this video and tell all the shit y'all been doing. So you want to affect my star rating? And I'm not doing anything? You getting in a clean car? You could be getting in a nasty, smelly ass motherfucking goddamn car. But you don't. You get in a clean car that I wipe down every day with Lysol, spray it with Lysol. I keep the car washed. on my own dime. I go to the car wash quite regular. Matter of fact, I'm going to get out and show you the car because I just went to the goddamn car wash. I'm going to show you the car when I get to the end of this video. But now they affected my diamond rating, and it seems to be happening after I talked to a high school friend of mine. So I don't know if this individual is eavesdropping on the phone and playing games off of what she's saying, because I've been saying I'm a diamond driver for a long time. But now they getting in this car, think you're going to affect my diamond rating. Okay, so you want to play that game. So I'm going to notify all the rideshare companies of what y'all been doing, because evidently they don't know. And you've been setting them up for lawsuits. So back to picking up the kids. When I told you, mentioned a couple got out, they were joking, talking about, we don't sue you. They were talking about they was joking. I'm like, for what? I ain't did nothing. If you get out the back seat and hit your damn leg, that's your dumb ass. You sue your goddamn self. I ain't got shit to do with how you get the fuck up out of this car. As long as you don't tear it up getting out of here. But they pulling the rug down in the back getting out of there. I don't understand how your foot catching the rug, snatching it off from under the seat to get out the goddamn car. But that's a different story. So, and I started putting two and two together. I said, oh, somebody trying to get a lawsuit with Uber, picking up kids, underage minors. You're trying to sue the driver because the driver would be in trouble for picking up the minor. So, I see what's going on here. So when I peeped that, and I end up talking to Uber, because I end up picking up some kids. This is prior to me knowing about the policy. But after I knew about the policy, your ass ain't getting the fuck up in here. Now, if you lie to get in here, that's on you. So, because when the police come, I'm going to say, this individual told me they were 18 or older. And if they check your motherfucking ID and you not 18 or older, I'm going to tell them, wait, the individual was asked, are you 18 or over? He sat right back there and said they were 18. That's your ass. And you're going to be going home, talking to your parent, or why you lied to get in this goddamn car. That's another thing they're doing. They're lying about their age, the underage, under 18, lying about their age to get Uber rides. So, to the lawsuit, you trying to get the driver sued. I saw somebody trying to ping a lawsuit. All of a sudden, you picking up these school kids when it's a law against picking up minors without an adult present in the car. Because I was wondering about that. And, you know, these high school girls, they dress like they fucking grown and shit, like they 20, 30 motherfucking years old. I said, now, you sitting up here, got these lawsuits about drivers assaulting passengers, and they already grown. Now, you picking up these young high school kids, fast, all that shit. No, something wrong here. So, I alerted the Uber. So, they let me know the policy. You ain't getting my car. But it's still going on. Because I've had kids. I had a young boy. This boy had to be about, I don't know, 12, 13. This prior to me even knowing about the policy. Get in here. The app, the name on the app, the account was his. He had an account in his name. I don't know who debit card that was that paid for it. Had me pick him up to go pick up his buddy, which was around the same age, drive him back to his house. This is what they've been doing. So, I informed Uber. I was telling them, I talked to the safety department. I told them, they said, we can't catch all of them. When you flag the account, that's how we know, but we can't catch all of them. I said, but when I heard the young man say, when he created his account, and he put in there he was 16, and it made an account anyway, I said, well, that sounds like something on their end. Something's wrong here. How is a minor creating an account? So, now what these other passengers doing, I'm still picking up young riders. The riders today were young, they were men, mad because that little bullshit, whoever that was that lied on me, didn't fly. So, I ain't said nothing to nobody. Been pleasant ride. You got nice music in here, picking people up. I'm keeping quiet. Because right now, I'm still coming out of my anger mode from what being off 6 fucking days to find out I was lied on. So, and it pissed me off when the safety department finally disclosed to me what was said. You got to be kidding me. I don't do no shit like that. What are you talking about? A passenger said what? I did what? I was saying what? I don't do no shit like that. So I flashed back to Warren Truck. This either an individual that looked up my lawsuit. That's what they're doing. They're going out here looking up people's profiles if you had any legal cases, your medical records, and they're going, getting with you or finding your job, finding ways to get you hemmed up in some type of trouble, cost you your job, or try to get a lawsuit because they think you done something. See, that Warren truck plant shit haunts me. They seem to think I done that. And I know for a fact, this individual here on my YouTube, and I'm calling you out. I ain't gonna call your name, but I don't remember. Told me he looked up my lawsuit. He was on my fucking YouTube posting quotes from my motherfucking lawsuit. So I asked him, why are you looking up my lawsuit? It's public record. Okay, it's public record. It's public record because I made it public record. Half of the lawsuit is sealed. The other rest that you can see is because of me. I wasn't hiding shit Warren Truck Black did. All that shit the doctor said when he started talking about that medical shit. I ain't hiding none of that. But they were looking it up. So this individual, I think this individual, looked it up. Thought I actually did that. And then they made a report to Uber that I was doing the shit that Chrysler said I was doing. Now, this back on January 14th, which puzzled me. If this individual made this complaint back on the 14th, why didn't you deactivate the account then? But that's around the time the warning came about being deactivated, but they didn't deactivate it. They waited till the 3rd. Ain't nothing happened that day. So I'm just putting it out there what I'm dealing with. Here, I got riders deliberately getting in this car, trying to downgrade my status because they on some bullshit, giving me bad ratings for no reason, writing bad false accusations. So I had filed a police report on the 3rd, the day I got deactivated. I left the car wash and went straight to the Detroit police. I filed a police report. The officer said, what you want? I said, I wanted to say I'm being targeted by a rider. Because I told Uber that. I said, I've been getting these complaints all of a sudden. I'm a diamond driver, and I all of a sudden started getting these complaints. You don't see nothing wrong with that? They tell me it don't necessarily have to be the rider. It's just an automated thing that comes. Wasn't no automated. So then it started making me think, what, you got an automated system doing this? Did your automated system get me deactivated? No. Turned out to be an actual rider. So, after playing games with me on Thursday, with the guy that's supposed to call me and let me know what happened, gonna text me, talking about he gonna call me. I'm like, why would you text me that you're gonna call me and didn't call and leave your phone number in the text? Then you text me another message to tell me to start calling you. And then when I do, I get your voicemail. That's the game that was going back and forth. Now, mind you, I done sent the 2 legal documents over there, requesting my personnel file. I want to know what was said. So, finally, Friday, while I'm still on the phone with Uber trying to get them to message somebody over there, I said the call never took place. I'm sitting here with the phone. And that's another thing. I was sitting here with the phone in my hand and voicemail pops up talking about they just tried to contact me. Matter of fact, it happened that day from the current safety lady that was trying to call me. She said she just tried to call me, blah, blah, blah. So as I was leaving her a message, she pinged in on the phone again. So I click over, hello. I said, I'm on the phone right now, leaving you a message. She said, yeah, I just left you a message. I said, well, that's funny. My phone is right here in my hand. It's been in my hand the whole time. All of a sudden, the phone never rang. It just popped up your voice message. That's another thing that's been happening. I don't know if this individual is preventing these phone calls and preventing them from calling me, but these messages was just popping up. I got email shit that's just popping up. Messages from Uber popping up in spam that don't go to spam. This is everything that's been going on. But the riders are getting in my car. Nothing being done to them wrong. Matter of fact, I'm going to let you see the car. The back seat where they ride it. I'm going to let you see the back seat. This their area. Hold on. Matter of fact, I'm going to get out the car. I want you to see the car. I ain't going to show you the whole car, but I'm going to see the car. What kind of ride I provide. Let me let my window down because this car be doing some bullshit. Motherfucker locked on me one day downtown after I was eating, came back from eating, and I had the key fob in my hand. I hadn't even touched it. So, let me show you the kind of car ride I provide. That they complaining about dropping my scores and making all these false reports. This me here. This me. Ain't that clean? Look at that. This is what they get in. I just washed the bitch. I just washed the car. I provide a clean car. Look at the back seat. Look at this. Oh, somebody left a penny. I throw it out. I don't keep none of their change. Look at this. Clean car. Left this by accident. Let me get this out of here. Look at this. You don't get many Uber rides like this. Period. Look at it. The motherfucker's clean. But yet they get in this car and then take it upon themselves. They have the nerve to complain about something. These are young riders that's been getting in here. Now, I don't know the age of the individual that made that report. They got my account deactivated. But I'm pissed. And I need to seek legal action because I asked Uber, which they have not responded. What else are you going to do to this individual? This individual, that kind of shit, you can't go. I'm warning the riders right now. If you get in a ride share and you make a false accusation report to the ride share company for whatever your deceitful, ornery ass reason, you're going to be held accountable. Because you know what happened to that rider that did that to me? They deactivated their account. The rider can no longer use Uber. And if you do it with Lyft and fuck up there, you ain't going to be getting picked up by nobody. So this is a warning to you rideshare riders that like to get in Ubers and file a complaint because I look good. I got a nice looking car. Look at this bitch. I'm riding it nice. It's nice. It's nice. Nice. It's nice. That's what I like to provide. All my vehicles are nice. My trucks were nice. When I had a car, it was nice. I keep everything clean because my background is bus driving. I keep everything clean. I don't like riding in filth. I don't want nobody riding in filth. But it's clean. Look at this bitch. And I guarantee you after this video, probably be something happening to the car. Because the individual is on my site waiting to hear where I work at so he can start the problems. So when the individual found out I was at Uber, the problem started. Then I noticed the little shit going on with the car. They had been getting in the car at the apartment. That's a warning to you riders. The driver and that company, that rideshare company, be it Lyft or Uber, can take legal action against you if you get in a motherfucking car, complete your ride, and then file a false report to that rideshare company saying the driver did this or this took place, and they investigate and find out it was false. Legal action can be taken against you. Let me tell you that one more time. You cannot get your ass in a motherfucking rideshare car and say anything and think you're gonna be not held accountable. That rider got their account fucking deactivated. You can't ride with Uber no more, period. You gotta get another app, which is Lyft. And you do that shit in Lyft, you ain't gonna be the ride with Lyft. So, say this one more again. If you're a rider and you get your ass in a Lyft or Uber and ain't nobody did shit to you, you had a pleasant ride from A to B, and you get on their site and file a complaint up under that driver, or deliberately get that driver a low rating for whatever your reason is, you're going to be held accountable for it, especially if it leads to something that ends up deactivating their account, or it leads to enough complaints to when they deactivate their account to now the driver has the right to request those complaints. And if they find anything in there that you said that is outrageous, which this individual did, they can take legal action against you. So that's a warning. So since you want to play games with me and my sight and my diamond status like I'm doing something wrong, I just showed my car. I'm one of the nicest cars riding around here, picking up Uber riders. But they get in here and it's the young ones. I don't know what the fuck wrong with you, but you need to go on about your goddamn business. I suggest you get your own fucking car, because if your intentions is to get in my goddamn car, cop an attitude, that goes for the young ladies and the guys getting in here, copping the attitudes. Because like I said, I don't know who said what they said on the 14th. They go for both of you. I suggest, before you get in this goddamn car, think I'm supposed to have to act some kind of way with you? Or because I ain't saying nothing to you? You know how many foreign riders I done got in their car when they used to pick me up before I became an Uber rider? They don't say nothing. They on the phone all the goddamn time. I get in, how you doing? Then I get out, have a nice day. They don't say shit, but they jump in this goddamn car. See me, how pretty I am. Yeah, I'm 53. I ain't 23. I don't know who you think you fucking with. But what that rider said, to cross the line, and it ain't nothing but some worn truck plant shit. And I'm gonna end this video telling you what that goddamn rider said. I got investigated. I got deactivated. I sat at home for 6 motherfucking days because somebody on January 14th put a report in that turned out to be a safety issue that got my account deactivated, said that I was doing inappropriate touching and talking sexually to the rider. That's why my account got deactivated. And it was a lie. I sat at home for Saturday the 3rd. They got it straightened out yesterday. I'm back out here now. Almost cost me my apartment. My rent ended up late because I couldn't get the rest of the money to get I had almost all of it till they did that shit. That day, I probably would have had everything I needed. Go and get the rent out the way. That's what they did. Now I got a late fee. All this shit you causing because you making these fake, false accusation reports. They get in here with their head down and their motherfucking phone. They ain't watching shit. And I know they not. Soon as they get in this car, their head go to the cell phone. How you know I was speeding? Where was I speeding at? What was the speed limit on the car? What was the speed limit where I was at? While you making these reports, they just get in there, they get on these sites and say anything. To now, it affected my employment here. I got deactivated. And once again, I'm going to tell you what they said. This is straight from safety. That on January 14th, a rider I picked up messaged them with a report that I was inappropriately touching them and talking sexual comments. It was a lie. I want the name because I'm taking it down to the police department. And I want to see if I can take legal action. But I can't never do that. I lost, you know how much I could have made in 6 days? I asked them, I didn't ask for compensation. One of them offered, the safety offered, well, I could request some type of compensation for the downtime while we're investigating. We're sorry it's taking this long. It shouldn't have never took this long. The day you thought about deactivating my account, you should have informed me what that rider said. But you didn't. You deactivated my account. Then I started getting these frivolous messages about your account is deactivated, being investigated for a safety issue. But they don't never tell you what it is. They backwards here. You should have informed me what they had done. Don't tell me it's just a safety issue. I called for days trying to find out what I had done. Wouldn't tell me. So from the 3rd to yesterday, that's how long it took me to find out what that motherfucker had said. And it was said on January 14th. They asked me, do you remember? No, it ain't nothing to remember. And it's all coming from Warren Truck Plant. And I wonder if that individual worked at Warren Truck, associated with somebody from Warren Truck, or you ran across my videos that I've been having on social media seeking help and justice from war on truck, because that's what they do. They surf my videos looking for shit to cause problems on the job. When I change jobs, they all on here watching my videos, trying to get signs of where I at. That's why I was careful when I'm scanning taking videos of the truck I'm driving, not to disclose or show the company name and all that. But they find out anyway. So then they find out I'm at Uber, and the same shit happening all over again. And you ain't gonna tell me Warren Truck ain't responsible for this shit. Yes, the fuck they is. This motherfucker said that I was inappropriately touching them and talking sexual. I don't say shit to nobody. I don't do that shit. But that's what safety here at Uber told me. And you think I'm supposed to lay down and forget about that shit? 6 days I didn't work because of that lying motherfucking bitch.